Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at SAND. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below in the comment section. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord, check it out, it is free to join. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff now. So primarily I'm still looking for the fact that we could still be looking for the C wave to the upside for SAND. We can argue that potentially we had a flat share and it could be looking to push up from this point. Alternatively, we can also argue that we are still potentially within this B wave. And we can look at this move in two ways. We can either count it into this high here, or potentially we can argue there's a triangle in this move here, and actually our fifth wave completes here, in which case this would be the start of the move. So there's two ways of really looking at it. The difference is if we look at this move from this point here, then we do have that potential for impulsive structure where this could become a 1-2 break down for a 3, 4, and a 5. But that would only be confirmed by actually moving down towards this zone of this 49 11 zone. If we do have to move down past that area, then effectively we can start looking at the potential that the way that I'd be looking at it then would be that potentially we've had that diagonal playing out that we started to talk about in the previous videos. This is still a viable option. We could still see this play out in a bigger zigzag to the downside. So a bigger 5-wave move down here would indicate that potentially is what we are doing. We're forming the first leg of that third wave diagonal to the downside. So really, until we actually break this $1.49 zone, we need to be careful. There is still that potential to break down. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the other count now. So the alternative count effectively, like I said, is coming into this high point. So this would be looking at it differently. This would be looking at this as an A, potentially a B and a C. So that 1-to-1, if we were looking for that possibility over here, what we'd be looking for effectively is a 1-to-1 to the downside, or for the current structure, would take us down into that 6170 zone. So this is quite an interesting zone. Like I said, we could be potentially moving up in a C wave at this point, but it would have to prove itself because it's very choppy. And the only way we could count it as the start of a move would be as a diagonal. And then, yeah, we're going to go over that in a second. But even if we're looking at this as an ABC here, this, like I said, could just form an X wave, and the target would actually be this 6148, and that would be looking at the corrective at this as basically a flat where this becomes an A, B. Either we could get a 3-wave move down here where this becomes a W, an X, and a Y, or alternatively we could get that 5-wave drop here, which would then indicate rather that we have basically an A, a B, and a C into this low. So the target remains the same within these. This would be this target zone here of the 6115 to this 4486. If we do start to progress down past this 4486, it becomes less likely that we have continuation structure here, and that it becomes more likely that we're actually going to look to break down deeper. So that's just a look on the bigger side of things here. So we need to watch this move currently that we have here. There is a couple of ways of counting this move to the downside. There is quite a lot of overlap here. We can argue that in the top here we have something like this, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal. We have a wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'd have to say that we potentially completed as a diagonal again here. You'd have to say 4 into here rather. 4, 5, 4. Yeah, you'd have to say there was a diagonal to complete it. Either that, or the thing that I'm also looking out for here, um, because the move has a bit of choppiness in the bottom here, we need to be on the lookout that this isn't a flat correction here, and then actually we look to break down lower one more time. If that is the case, the target zone for that I'd be looking for would be this 7198 to the 7019. If we do get another push to the downside here, and this becomes a 1, 2, we get a third, fourth, and a fifth. This would be a zone that I'd actually look for the 7198 to the 7019, and that could then look to actually complete this move. So what's going to be important here is, provided we don't start to get extension to the downside here, what we need to be on the lookout for is that move to the upside. If we do get a move to the upside here, we need to just be cautious. This 50% currently sitting at this 80.76 and the 786 up here, this 85.52. So some interesting zones here would be this golden pocket and this little consolidation area here. What we'd have to be careful of is that we don't have something like this play out where we get a three-way structure up and then actually we look to break down one more time. So this is going to be a key area here. If we want to look for this bullish count from these lows, I'm going to go over that now. But effectively, what we need to see is starting to see this five-wave structure play out, and we'd want this to actually get above, some of these key levels that we have here. We need to get above that 854. So, we'd want to start to see this get up here and actually take this high. Because really, until we take the high, we can argue that there is still potential to carry on extending to the downside. And yeah, if we do, like I said, those target zones would be lowered down here, in my opinion. Um, Though really, as long as we hold the 6530, we could still form a move down like this, where we actually get this as an A, we come back up for a B, and we get a C, and it still actually stays in the zone. So we're going to be talking about that bullish potential. But really, if we start to break down deeper here, and we take this 6530, the next target I'd be looking for potentially would be this 6148. We can see that would be quite close to some of this previous structure that we have on this side. So yeah, that 382 would be the 6215. So that would be the sort of the higher end of the spectrum that I'd want to see. And then really it could go down, depending on which option we're following, it could go down much deeper towards the 50%, the 618 or that 786. So, we need to just give it a bit of space. If we're talking about bullish potential here, what we would be looking for. We were talking about this in the previous video, and it was working out quite nicely until we got to this point where we actually invalidated this fifth wave by actually crossing this wave one. So for the most part, this is invalidated, but there is still a way of counting this in a bullish manner, and basically the way you'd have to do it is looking at this move in this way, where this becomes basically a 1, 2, this would be a 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal. Then you would be looking at this potentially as a flat correction. So, like I said, there is that possibility we could still see one more move to the downside here, and looking to take this low just down towards that zone. I forget what the area was again. The 1781. Actually, yeah, I mean, if we complete this five-way move there, this 1782 to this 1697, 79 rather. And we can see that this actually would bring us back into this box area. So losing this 6809 would actually make this less likely that we're going to see this potential play out here, where we could see still have bullish structure here. But really, until we actually take this low, we could still find this support lower down. So we're going to have to see what happens off the back of this move. So the way that this move is looking at this is basically as a flat. So once this five-way move completes, effectively that could actually look to, if it hasn't completed already in here, what we could then look for is another push to the upside. So this could potentially become an impulse, but we'd also have to just be cautious of the fact we could just have a three-way move up here, where basically we form this as an A, come back down for a B, and then we form a C wave. So that one-to-one target from this point and this low here would actually be this 93.63 zone. So that could be quite an interesting area. It'd be setting us up for a double top here. Alternatively, if this does progress higher up here, we could then look for the potential of this wave 3 if we manage to move up towards this 109.12 zone. So we just need to give that some space there and see how we actually get up there, or if we don't. Like I said, we got that key area of resistance we're going to have to keep an eye on within this move to the upside here. And if I throw this down onto this low, we can see that that 382 currently actually sits in this fifth wave box area as well. So, if we do get that move down here, we could actually look for a move lower down into this zone of the support again. And then even this structure here, like I said, we've got to be a little bit careful. This could just form an A up into here. We come back down for a B, and then we form a C wave like this and only manage to hit that 50%, or potentially even extend a little bit higher. and come into this golden pocket, and then it just looks to continue down. So what we want to see with this move, if we want to confirmation of a bigger structure here, is we want to see this move actually move up into these zones here of this 84.94 range, and then basically looking for that support again here. We want to see that come play out. If we fail to hold this zone here, then we could still just have a three-wave move. Even if we do move up to these levels, we need that confirmation of this fourth wave, and then looking for that fifth wave to the upside to complete. That's the way we would want this to play out. And effectively, we can see that if we had this smaller five-wave move, it wouldn't really take us anywhere near this target here, but this could be a zone that we could build off. And what I mean by that is this could then become another one, and then we look for two, then we get that 3, 4, and a 5, which would then actually look to take us higher up here towards the zone of this 109.12. So that's what I'm currently looking at. We do have that bullish potential here for as long as we hold these support zones. If we start to lose it, then my target would be lower down, and we would be looking for that possibility of actually coming down lower into this zone here, this 6215 to this 4486. So that'll be the next support zone if we start to lose this low. Some of these Fib relationships might offer us support, and then we do have, like I said, this zone here of the 1-to-1, which also does tie up quite nicely with its bit of consolidation within here. We can argue that the lower range of it would be closer towards that 618, but I think really that 50% 382 sort of area will be a key area that we really want to hold if we're going to be looking for that bigger push to the upside here. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below in the comment section. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Once in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. Be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Everyone, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.